Hi everyone. Let's read the Spotlight on Christian Writers for Meet Bill Myers. That's on page 1 of the student textbook and workbook combination, the big book, okay? So what I want you to do is sit up in learner's position. And what I mean by learner's position is to sit upright, not lying down, not hanging upside down off a chair, and sit up and have the book in your lap, and I want you to read along, follow along with your eyes while you listen to me read with your ears, and that way the information will go in both through your ears and through your eyes. Okay, so get your big book out and turn to page 1, Spotlight on Christian Writers. Meet Bill Myers, page 1. Bill Myers is a best-selling author, screenwriter, and director who has won over 60 national and international awards. He is best known for his children's McGee and Me DVD and book series, which has sold 4.5 million copies and has been aired in more than 80 countries. Bill has written, directed, and done voice work for Focus on the Family's Adventures in Odyssey radio series and is the voice of Jesus in Zondervan's New International Version Audio Bible. Turn to page 2, please, and this is an interview with Bill Myers. Question: did you enjoy writing as a kid? And Bill's answer is, I never gave writing any thought. I was too busy in sports to spend much time writing. It never interested me, and reading didn't interest me either. However, in junior high, someone gave me a modern-day version of the New Testament, and I was reading that and going, wow, this is incredible. I'd sneak off to my room and read the Bible. I was trying to be macho and cool with my jock friends, but I couldn't wait to get home and see what Jesus would do next. Next question on page 2 says, so, how did you become a writer? And Bill's answer is, it all came about when I was 18 years old. I had made a promise to the Lord that I'd always say yes to Him. I had only seen 3 movies in my life at that time: Pinocchio, The Parent Trap, and Pollyanna. I was sitting in a theater freshman year watching The Godfather. I left the theater numb, struck by the power that there is in storytelling. I told God that He should get His people into storytelling since there is so much power in it to get people's attention. Most of my life I had wanted to be a dentist. I had my life all planned out, but this quiet inner direction was saying, didn't you promise to always say yes to me? After 6 weeks of arguing, I changed my major to filmmaking. The final question on page 2 asks, how did you go from the decision to obey God's direction to becoming a well-known writer and filmmaker? And the answer is, first, I wrote the world's worst TV show. Then I wrote another one, and nobody wanted to buy it. Then I wrote another one, and still no one wanted to buy it. Then a publisher back east heard there was a famous Christian writer in Hollywood, so he called and asked if I would write a book for them. I hung up, wrote the world's worst book, wrote another one, and they bought it. That was 120 books ago. Top of page 3. I developed my skills in front of the public, making mistake after mistake. On page 3, the first question says, what is your normal writing routine? And Bill's answer is, I write 6 days a week. I'm really structured. It's the only way for me to get a book written. The first couple of hours, I hang out with the Lord, reading scripture, adoring Him, singing to Him. I keep a notebook in my back pocket and jot down ideas that come while I'm doing that. Then I work for 2 hours and take a break. I work for another 2 hours, take a break, work for another 2 hours, then take another break. In the first 2 hours, I rewrite what I wrote the day before. In the second set, I write fresh material, about 1,000 words. In the third set, I rewrite what I rewrote yesterday. I leapfrog like that until a book is completed. The question at the bottom of the page 3 says, where do you write? And Bill's answer is, I turned my garage into an office and blew out the entire back wall to make French doors. I keep the doors open almost year-round. I live in Southern California. Top of page 3. Behind my house, I have a park with waterfalls that I've been building over the years. It doesn't matter, though, because I'm not there anyway. I'm in my imagination, where the story is taking place. The last question on page 3 asks, Where do you get your ideas? And Bill's answer is, they all come from my relationship with Christ. I don't hear audible words or see burning rose bushes. My ideas come out of scripture reading, times of worship, or sometimes seeing a truth that people aren't paying attention to. I wonder, how can I wrap this truth up in a story that hasn't been read before so that people who will read the story will get the truth and not even know it? I try to reveal some truth about God that we have forgotten or have been misrepresenting. That's the fingerprint I hope to leave on my work. I want it to be engaging and page-turning and original. But underneath, I want there to be something of eternal value. Page 4 up at the top. The question is, what advice do you have for young writers? And Bill's answer is, this business of saying yes to God really, really works. Regardless of what you want to do, if you make that commitment to say yes to Him, Christ will take you to places you never dreamed you'd go. It might not always be easy, but it'll be an adventure. He has bigger things planned for us than we do. I have skills that I wouldn't have known about if I had pursued my original dream. I would have never wound up doing this if I was doing things my way. It is not something I initially planned, but it just came from being obedient. And that's the end of this assignment. So what you can do now is you can check that off on week 1, day 1, Spotlight on Christian Writers. And we just read about Bill Myers. And that's all.